Hey, morning everyone, and welcome to today's devotion. And I want to get straight into the scripture. I'm going to read a few verses. It's in 2 Kings, chapter 6, and verses 1 to 7. There's some amazing characters in the Old Testament, and this is one of my favorites, Elisha. And so there's a story here that I just want to dig into just for 2 or 3 minutes this morning. It says this: "The company of the prophets said to Elisha, 'Look, the place where we meet is too small. Let us go to the Jordan. Each of us can get a pole, and let us build a place there for us to meet.' And he said, 'Go.' Then one of them said, 'Won't you please come with your servants?' 'I will,' Elisha replied, and he went with them. They went to the Jordan and began to cut down trees. As one of them was cutting down a tree, an iron axe head fell into the water. 'Oh no,' he cried out, 'it was borrowed.' The man of God, Elisha, asked, 'Where did it fall?' And when he showed him the place, Elisha cut a stick and he threw it in there and made the iron float. 'Now lift it out,' he said. The man reached in his hand and took it." The title of this devotion is Stay Sharp. And because I believe that we need to, as people, as followers of Jesus, stay sharp in these days. I think we need to stay sharp if we want to build something like they did. They wanted to build it. The place where they were too small. I think we need to stay sharp if we want our capacity to grow, if we want to keep going forward, if we want to find joy and peace in this season, purpose as well. We need to stay sharp. If we're going to have a growth mindset and an excellent mindset, I think we need to stay sharp. If we want to make a difference, influencing future generations, we need to stay sharp. And if we've got a vision, whether that's a vision for ourselves or a vision for our family, our church, our kids, a vision for other people, we need to stay sharp in these moments. I think there's 4 lessons, quick lessons in this story that will help us stay sharp in this season. Here's the first: it's okay to borrow. You know, God uses other people to impact our lives, so it's okay to borrow some of their revelation. It's some of their thinking, some of their practices. It's okay to borrow. We don't have to discover everything for ourselves. You know, you and I need some go-to people, some people whose attitude's good, some people whose spirit's up, some people who are encouraging always. We need those go-to people. I've got a few in my world that privately, but I've got a few people that maybe you would know their names of, and I always go to them because I know they people who will have heard from God, and their spirit will be positive, their spirit will be forward thinking, and those people will help you and I achieve our mission in life. People who are upbeat and faith-filled. It's okay to borrow. That's the first lesson. The second lesson is remember where you lost your cutting edge. You know, when the axe gets dull, we need to remember when our lives get dull, when we feel like our momentum is gone, when we feel like our spirit has fallen, then we need to remember where we lost it. Sometimes we lose it when we connect with the wrong people, not the right people. I've talked a lot in recent times about the right voices in our lives. It's so important. Maybe you lost it because of too much screen time. Maybe you lost it because somebody said something. Somebody did something. Remember where you lost it. Remember that moment where things began to turn in the wrong direction. The third thing is let the wood do the work. When Elisha asked the servant, "Where did you lose it?" he threw in a stick. And I think that represents for us the cross of Jesus. Let the wood do the work. Wherever we lost it, wherever we lost that cutting edge, wherever we lost our sharpness, the cross is the answer. We can bring it to the cross. Maybe we were offended. We can bring that to the cross and we can nail it to the cross and say, "Jesus, you died for this." Boom, nailed to the cross. Maybe it was something that was said, something that was done. Maybe it was something we felt. Nail it to the cross. Just put it on the cross and realized when Jesus died, it died. Let the wood, let the cross do the work. I want to tell you this, that the cross of Jesus is so powerful. There's nothing in your life, in my life, that it can't overcome. Whatever you're feeling, whatever we're facing right now, let the wood do the work. Let the cross do the work. And then the last thing is take up that sharpness again. Take hold again. You see, it's not gone, it's just lost. And my encouragement to you and I today is to pursue it, to pursue that sharpness, to pursue that freshness, to pursue that vibrant, faith-filled lightness of spirit. Closing verse, Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 10 from the New Living Translation says this: using a dull axe requires great strength, so sharpen the blade. Stay sharp, because when you do, life is better, life is easier, there's so much more joy. Remember, Jeannie and I love you, we're praying for you, and right now I'm praying, Lord, I believe that what you've got for us today is sharpness in our lives. I pray that for each person watching, that we will let the cross do the work in our lives so that we can be sharp, we can have impact, we can have influence for our family, for our friends, for our children, for our children's children, for our church. We can be sharp in this season. Church, we love you and we're praying for you.